Hello, welcome back to another of Amber's Tarot. I'm going to be doing a tarot horoscope reading for Librans for July 2018. I'm going to be using the Messenger Oracle deck, the Art of Tarot deck, and the Dreams of Gaia deck. The first card I'm going to draw is the Messenger Oracle deck. Actually, 1 minute. And I'm back. I just had to turn the fan on because it's very hot here today. Okay, and the Messenger Oracle for Librans for 2018 for July is Heed Your Dreams. So this describes how dreams are a powerful tool for increasing self-awareness. Your dreams contain unfiltered truth. Whether it be dream or nightmare, these are keys, messages from you to you, giving you insights into your inner self, both your joys and your fears. Listen to your dreams, heed what they tell you, pay close attention to how they make you feel. By doing this, you will learn more about who you are and who you wish to become. One of the things you can do before you go to sleep at night is practice meditative breathing. This will relax you and slow your heart down. And send out an intent, whether this be by prayer or simply thinking a wish in your mind. Ask to be given more information about who you are and where you should go. Ask for information to be revealed to you from your inner self so that you can better understand yourself and from there gain greater control over your life. So the next cards I'm going to draw are going to be the Art of Tarot, Sometimes it takes a little while for the cards to reveal themselves. Sometimes they reveal themselves very quickly. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Okay. The next ones I will draw will be Dreams of Gaia. The fan keeps making the wet sage go out. Okay, so we have our 4 cards. The first 2 cards that have been drawn are the Queen of Cups and the Union card. Funnily enough, the Queen of Clubs, one of the meanings is this card can also express the importance of hidden messages in your dreams. Now this is significant in this reading because it matches the Oracle card about heeding your dreams. So from this I would suggest that many Librans will start to receive important messages in their dreams in the first week of July. And these will be significant. The Union card also, one of the meanings is about centering yourself, allowing peace to flow through you and fill your senses. This goes back to what I was telling you when I drew the Oracle card about before sleep, doing the meditative breathing. What this does is it centers yourself. It brings you back into your body. You start to become hyper aware of your physical and energetic bodies. You are bringing all the fragments of yourself back into your physical body and your energy body. What we do is when we meet people during the day, we leave fragments of ourselves with them, and this draws it back. This will also tune you in more to your higher self, or your guides, God, whatever deity you want to believe in. The names are irrelevant, the concepts are the same. Opening yourself up to receiving the messages from your higher self while you sleep. The Queen of Cups also can represent a person. Now, this person is somebody who has a very feminine energy in your life, somebody who nurtures her friends and family alike. This is somebody who looks upon you very lovingly. This could be yourself, if you recognize this in yourself. It could be another person in your life who is going to be significant for you in the first week of July. I would suggest that if this is somebody in your life that you know about, somebody who is a nurturer, a carer, that if you experience these dreams in the first week of July, I would suggest that this might be the person who can help give you insight into the meaning of those dreams. Somebody who knows you well, who loves you, who can help guide you into the messages you are being shown and are receiving at this time. The second pair of cards we have is the Five of Cups and the Mother reversed. Okay, so both of these cards are about a relationship. Now, this could indicate an ending of a relationship at this time. It definitely indicates unhappiness in a relationship. Somebody in this relationship is more controlling than the other. This could be you, it could be the other partner. Somebody uses emotional manipulation a lot in order to attain what they feel they need in the relationship. Now, this could be done in a deliberate or an undeliberate manner. The Mother reverse card indicates that this is most likely to be yourself. Many people go through life with a need to be needed, and we have this sense that there must be a role, a purpose to our lives. If we are a parent, this can manifest in a controlling parental style. Not in a malicious manner, but in a way, some people, they identify as the parent, as the caregiver, and they only feel validated, they only feel worthwhile if they are in their eyes, caring for their children, but in others' eyes, you may find that that can overstep the bounds into emotional control. This is done with love. It's done with a desire, a belief that you know best. In a relationship, this can manifest as emotional manipulation, because such people they have self-worth issues, self-esteem issues. They don't love themselves as who they really are. They can only love themselves as their role, whether that be mother, whether it be father, whether it be wife or husband. Such behaviour stems from an inability for you to really recognise you as a unique individual, not as a role, but for who you are, and to value yourself and love yourself for who you are. This doesn't mean that you need to be perfect. Nobody is. It's about accepting what you perceive to be your flaws and understanding that they are an important part of you. In order to love yourself, you have to love all of yourself, including the parts that you perceive to be less desirable. This isn't easy, and it's a lifelong struggle for most people. But the cards are indicating that for you, in July, will be highlighted an issue with your emotional manipulation within a relationship. The dreams in the first week of July, I suggest, will be significant in trying to highlight to you these issues. You cannot change the past. You cannot go back and change how you were or how you've behaved. All you can do is change yourself from this day forward. Regrets of the past are not going to heal the hurts that have been inflicted by you and to you. All you can do is forgive those hurts, forgive the people who have transgressed against you, and forgive yourself for your transgressions against others. You're only human, that's all we all are. We're all flawed. Life is about learning to recognize these flaws and learning to be more in control of our behaviors, to almost step outside ourselves and observe ourselves from an outside perspective. And I suggest that for Librans, or for many Librans in July 2018, the first 2 weeks of July are going to highlight some of these issues. And this is a golden opportunity for you to learn more about yourself, and through learning about yourself, learn to love yourself. From there, you can learn to accept and love others, probably for the first time in your life. Now, you may think, I've always loved others. I love this person, this person, this person. But I suggest that you analyse that. Do you love all of them? Every behaviour they have? Do you love every aspect of every person that you feel you love? Most of us love parts of people, but we don't love all of them and that's impossible if we cannot love all of ourselves. The key to loving others truly is to learn to love yourself first, because only once you have forgiven yourself for your perceived imperfections and mistakes of the past, only then are you able to do the same for the others in your life, and then love them completely and unconditionally for the first time. The third week of July, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the reversed Four of Water. Okay, so the reverse Four of Water is a cautionary advice. And it's cautionary advice against vanity, arrogance, selfishness, self-importance. It symbolises a need to look yourself in the eyes with honesty. The message of the reverse Four of Water is that although you are worthy, we all are, of attaining all of our dreams, so is everybody else. This goes back to what I was just saying. Once you've learned to love yourself, to accept yourself for who you really are, warts and all, then you can do the same for everybody else. Once you get to that stage, you have to accept that if you are worthy of love, if you are worthy of your dreams, and so is everybody else. This presents an opportunity for you to change your behaviour towards others as well as to yourself. You start to understand we are all connected, that we are all the same. What you do to somebody else reflects back on you. One way or the other, immediately or later, it will come back on you. Everything has a knock-on effect. The Queen of Pentacles represents somebody who is generous of heart, somebody who is magnanimous towards others, who bestows a grace and favour, it says, and affection in terms of gifts and patronage. I would suggest that these pairs of cards are suggesting that this is the energy which is required at this time in your life. This is where you should be at this time, and round about the 3rd week of July, with the lessons that you have learned, with the self-reflection and self-analysis you've performed, with the messages in your dreams. That by the 3rd week of July, the goal is for you to start understanding how connected we all are, how much you are worthy and how much everyone else is. How nobody has the right to expect anybody else to change. That to accept somebody else is to accept their flaws and the parts about them that we love the most. And by doing that, we will love all of them. If you have achieved this by this time, then you will find that your behavior will be more embodying the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. You will suddenly become somebody who loves life. You will be looking at life as a glass that's half full, not a glass that's half empty. The cards in the 2nd week were suggesting this is something you are guilty of. And it is something that many people are guilty of, if we're not careful. When it doesn't matter what we have in our lives, it's never enough. Because all we focus on is the things that we don't have. The things that we want, but we don't have. This is a dangerous path to go on. And this month is a key opportunity for Librans to change how they perceive their lives, to start appreciating the things that they have in there already, the people who love them, their homes, their careers, the fact that you have food every day and clothes on your back. Once you start appreciating what you do have, this will help you to start appreciating yourself and to be proud of your achievements and what you have attained. It is called the consciousness of abundance, where in your consciousness, your mind, you see abundance all the time. You let go of a want attitude. And surprisingly, by doing this, you will start to receive favors. You will start to receive gifts from the universe, from God, from your higher self, whatever terminology you want to use. You will start to see that the things that you need start appearing in your life. This may not necessarily be what you would want, all that you want, but it is what you will need. For you are on a path, and you are traveling along that path. When I say you, I'm talking about your higher self, your soul, not the person, your conscious mind. which is only a melding, a representation of a combination of your higher self and your lower self, your physical body. I would suggest that it is at this time that you will begin manifesting. Once you have changed the way you look at yourself and the way you look at the world around you and those in it, once you start developing an abundance consciousness, you will start to manifest. And manifestation is when you start to bring into your life what you need. Okay, so the last two cards of the month. It's the Six of Wands reversed, paired with the Emotions and Intellect card reversed. Okay, the last week of July for Librans. There may be a feeling of disappointment in this week. News that you've been waiting for, probably on the career front, has either been delayed or it's not the news that you desired the most. This could cause you to thinking about that potentially others have been scheming around you to your detriment. This may cause heightened emotions in this week. The Emotion stroke Intellect card reversed is suggesting that there is an imbalance in your emotional state at this time. It is suggesting that you look at the roots of your emotions and ask yourself a question: am I being motivated by fear or love? Most people are motivated by both, but most people are motivated by one more than the other. The problem with that is that it's an imbalance. This goes back to what I was talking about, the abundance consciousness, and looking at life, whether your glass is half full or half empty. People who look at their lives as their life is half empty are motivated more by fear. They are fearful of such and such occurring, fearful of this. They live in a state of chronic anxiety for the future. The problem with living in such a state of mind is that you're more likely to bring the things that you fear into your reality by doing that. This goes back to manifestation. You can manifest what you need and what you desire to a large degree. But if your desire is for negative things to confirm or validate your feelings of anxiety, then that's exactly what will come into your life. You may question my choice of words there, that that's not a desire, but it is a desire. If this is what is running through your mind for many times every day, even if it's not specific, then that is what you're desiring. You are bringing that into your reality. So the emotions and intellect card reversed is suggesting to you that you reanalyze the roots of your emotions and your desires, how you are looking at life. The suggestion is that that may be the cause of why you have either not received the news that you were hoping for, or you've received bad news on a specific aspect on your career path. One of the methods of manifestation that you can do is, if you desire something, if you want something positive, a new job for example, is to visualize yourself getting that job. So now this is more than a daydream. You have to visualize yourself as if you're actually in that position. Feel the emotions you would feel. Feel them now, how you would feel if you got that job, if this is what you're aiming for. And then keep that in your mind much of the time. Every time a little seed of doubt comes into your mind about, for example, in this case, I don't deserve this job, I'm not good enough, I'm not going to get it. Immediately stop what you're doing and replace that with the opposite visualization. Now this is very difficult to do if you don't love yourself, which is why the beginning of July is going to be all about giving you the opportunity to look at yourself, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, for your perceived imperfections, so that you can love yourself and feel you're really worthy of this. If you can do this earlier in the month, the chances are that by the end of the month or the beginning of August, you will get good news about this. The part where it's saying at the end of the month this news may be delayed is that for some Librans, if they have been able to change their perception earlier in the month, if they have heeded their dreams and their inner self and the guidance they're receiving, then the news may be delayed because you're just not ready yet. You haven't done all of the work yet to be able to manifest. You're more in balance at the end of the month emotionally. Keep up the good work, because if the news hasn't come in, then you could find that in August you'll get the positive result that you really need, that you've been trying to manifest. For those of you Librans that get the opposite at the end of the month, the bad news, don't lose heart and don't give up. This is a life lesson. Everything you experience in life is a lesson, an opportunity for you to learn about yourself, and through learning about yourself, learn about the world around you. Okay, and that's the end of the reading here for Librans for July. A very interesting month for Librans. A lot of self-development, a lot of self-analysis, self-reflection is required through July. It's an intense month of emotional learning. If you take the opportunity to do so, because that is your choice. But the overarching message for the month is to listen to your dreams, whether they be dreams when you're asleep, whether they be what you would call daydreams, thoughts that come into your mind when your mind isn't busy. Heed them, because these are the messages. These are the indications of the areas of you and your life that need to be worked on. Okay, if you've liked this video, please, I would appreciate it if you like it on YouTube. if you share it on social media and other platforms, and of course subscribe for future readings. And I will see you at the end of July.